Hello Flosstube, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve and we're here for DDs Flosstube Season 3, Episode 11, 12 maybe? I can't remember. It'll be written down below anyway. So let's get started. Welcome back to Darvanalee Designs Studio. For those that don't know, my name's Nicole Reed and today we are here for my weekly cross-stitch update, which we call Flosstube. I'm a multi-craft channel and we do lots of different things, including tutorials and all sorts of stuff. Everything from diamond painting to cross-stitch to needlework, you name it, we do it. So, well, not everything. I can't knit very well and I can't crochet, so we try to do a lot of stuff. So anyway, we are going to have an advent. I've worked on 5 things in the past week. I have some haul and I've got some plans for next year. So, alright, if you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. For those that are new here, we have some challenges happening over in our Facebook group, so that if that's something that you're interested in, we've got some stitching and quilting and all that sort of stuff happening over there. So the link is down below for our Facebook group, so make sure that you click on that and come on over and join in the fun. And as I said, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. We're a little bit crazy here. Well, I'm a little bit crazy. I don't know who we is, but anyway, that's just me. Anyway, all right, I have my cuppa. We have our advent and we have the things that I'm going to show you that I've worked on. So we will start with the mystery advent. It is the last day today. It is the biggest one that was in there. So this was how it was wrapped. It was wrapped really nicely in some, like, what they call butcher paper, I guess. So yeah, we're going to see what it is. It's been a very interesting 24 days of, or 23 days so far of opening up. This stuff ended up being for a junk journal. It was a mystery box that I got, so it's been quite fun. There's been some interesting things. Oh, hopefully you're all ready for Christmas and you're going to get 5 minutes to sit down and enjoy my floss tube. And yeah, and all the family would be starting to arrive soon and all the rest of it. So it's very exciting. The big guy in red. I have to, before I go any further, I have to show you my shirt. It's got elf on it. Ho ho ho. It's a bit naughty, but I like it. Me's not here, so I can have the naughty shirts again. So yeah, we aren't seeing Mia for Christmas, so we don't know when we'll see her. Sometime in the new year we expect, so it'll be what it'll be. Alright, so this one looks like it's got pages, like it's wrapped up like this. It's got some material, it's got a little bit of ribbon around it. It's got like magazine pages and note paper and pattern bits and pieces and all the rest of it. So it is actually set up. Oh, it is actually already a journal. There you go, look at that. So she's made a little junk journal for me. Alright, so I can put stickers and all sorts of stuff in there. So there you go. That's what I can use all the other stuff for. So you can see there we've got some bits and pieces and tissue paper. It's very hard to show you. Other blank bits, and you can add bits and pieces in there. Yeah, so just got all that sort of stuff in there. Awesome. It has been a little bit of fun. It's given a bit of a giggle across the way, along the way. So yeah, I didn't even know what it was. It was just a mystery, but it's been fun. There's been some stuff that I'll be able to use for my cross stitch finishing and all that sort of stuff. All right, so the next one that we're going to open up is my book one. So for those that don't know, on a Monday I do a stitch with me, or booktube stitch with me. So I have challenged myself this year to read 100 books and came across this awesome shop called the Book Grocer, and they had a book advent. So I've got 24 books to read for next year, plus all the other ones that I've got as well. I've got a couple of boxes during the year as well from them. So I've got all my books pretty much sorted for next year, and I've still got some audio ones and Kindle ones and all the rest of it. So I'm pretty sad that this will be my last one, but I'm definitely going to get it again next year because it's been absolutely fabulous. And I got Savannah one for Christmas, so she's pretty excited about it as well. That's all I got her. Because she's like, I've got 24 presents to unwrap. Like, she's wrapped with it. So, we've had some good ones. There's only been one that I wasn't too sure about, and there was one that I got that I actually got in another box, so I'm going to use that as a giveaway. Alright, let me just, this one, the person with the heavy-handed on the sticky tape was on this one, that's for sure. Alright, so the book that we have, Dominicana by Angie Cruz. This is what it looks like. Alright, so Dominicana is a beautiful, engaging, and cuts right to the heart of what is to be dutiful young female from a poor country who is bright in every sense of the word, full of love and hope. I have been eagerly awaiting this new book from Angie Cruz. I can't wait to see what this wonderful, nuanced, insightful writer brings us next. Okay, so it's a young adult one by the looks of it. Just let me get rid of that rubbish. I'm trying to clean up as I go today. It's not working for me so far. Alright, 15-year-old Anna never dreamed of moving to America. The way the girls she grew up with into the Dominican countryside did. But when the one proposes and promises to take her to New York City, she must say yes. It doesn't matter that he is twice her age, that there is no love between them. Their marriage is an opportunity for her entire close-knit family to eventually immigrate. So on New Year's Eve in 1965, Anna leaves behind everything that she knows and becomes Anna Ruse, a wife confined to a cold 6th-floor walk-up in Washington Heights. Lonely, miserable, Anna hatches a reckless plan to escape, but at the bus terminal she is stopped by Caesar, Juan's free-spirited younger brother, and convinces her to stay. As the Dominican Republic slides into political turmoil, Juan returns to protect his family assets, leaving Caesar to take care of Anna. Suddenly, Anna is free to take English lessons at the local church, lie on the beach on Coney Island, dance with Caesar at the Audubon Ballroom, I hope I pronounced that right, and imagine the possibility of a different kind of life in America. When one returns, Anna must decide once again between her heart and her duty to her family. Sounds like a very interesting book. I've got a couple of different sorts of books this time, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. So this one was Women's Prize for Fiction in 2020. It was shortlisted for that. So obviously it was published in 2019, but it was put up for the award in 2020, and it has a lot of blank pages at the back. It has 322 pages, including the acknowledgement. So another good book for the bookshelf. I'll be interested to read that one. Alright, whether I'll get through all these books this year, I don't know. It's pretty hot here today. I've got a beanie type thing on. I'll start dripping with sweat soon. Alright, so the next one we're going to open up is the diamond painting one. So this one came like this, and it has a pretty little ribbon on the outside, and we're up to number 24. As you can see, I turned all the other ones upside down, and 24 is a big one, so I'm guessing it's a chart. What do you reckon? It's definitely got drills and plastic in there. Let's see what sort of chart I got. Alright, so it is square drill. It's a mystery. Alright, so last time when I got a mystery one, if I held it right with the camera, I could see it. So it's only a small one, so it's probably a 30 by 30. Now, let me just have a look. 20 by 30. So it's only a small one. And I can't even show you. Oh my goodness, it's a mystery. But it's got ABs in it, and it's got some pretty colours. Oh, it's all autumny colours. And we've got some pretty ABs at the front as well. Sorry about the rustling. I can't even show you because if I peel it off, oh, dear me. No. No. I know. So how many colours has it got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It's got 30 colours. So, but judging by all those colours there, I'm guessing it might be floral. And it's like, they're very autumny colours. So, I'm going to have to start it to find out what it is. Maybe I can do that on Christmas Day while everybody's sleeping and I'm waiting for them to get up. And it came with a little toolkit as well. So, that is exciting. So I'll pop that back in. I do love a mystery, but I would have liked to have been able to see the mystery. Then it's not a mystery really, is it? Alright, so I'll pop that one back in there so it stays nice and safe. But that has been an excellent advent, the diamond painting one. And the book one has been absolutely amazing. Will I be getting a mystery one again next year? Maybe. We'll see. I found a couple of other ones as well in the course of looking for them and all the rest of it. Obviously, I wasn't going to have them in time for this year. I did get one that I wanted to get, and it's all handmade Christmas ornaments, but I've put that away for next year because, you know, she only had one. I think she only had one or two left, and I thought, you know what, knowing my luck, she won't have them next year, so I'm going to get it. So I'll open that up next year, though. So I've set that aside, and yeah. Alright, let's put that out of the way and let's get stuck into the cross stitch. Alright, so as I said, I have worked on 5 projects this time. So I've worked on a Hade, my main Christmas stitch, and a couple of other ones. I don't think I had any new, oh yes, I had a restart and a new start. Sorry, I just had to have a drink. Alright, so let's start with my Christmas stitch. Alright, so I ended up not doing as many stitch with me's this time. Just life got in the way and all the rest of it. But I have been working on Holiday Quaker. I got another couple hundred stitches in it. I'm just working this area down here. So that was with the Stitch With Me the other day, and not everybody watches my Stitch With Me. But that's it there. It is on a sky blue mottled opalescent fabric, 28 count from Sew It All Australia. My lovely little Christmas presents from Gail Phillips. So I'm nearly finished the moon. I'm planning on finishing the moon today, and then I can do the last reindeer. I can probably try and finish Santa off a little bit before I've got to move the Q-snap. I'm just sort of working across, so that's why Santa's only half done and this is only half done here, but it's coming along. This is actually part of my you'll see this again next week when I do my whip parade, because I'm going to do a whip parade of the things that I will be definitely working on next year, because I'm doing no new starts, work your whips, but I can earn some new starts through the year. It's the no new starts group. I think I understand it right. It's the no new starts group, and they've got 3 different things to do next year. So they've got no new starts, so you don't start anything. Then they've got 22 and 22, so you pick 22 of your whips and they're what you work on. Because I do model stitching for Down the Rabbit Hole magazine, and you know, I'm doing all that sort of stuff, even though I do a lot of embroidery and stuff like that for the magazine, and like what do you call it, black work, and hardanger and stuff like that. I don't necessarily do that for the magazine, but I put myself forward for Work Your Whips, because that was the most what do you call it, flexible for my lifestyle and my stitching and all the rest of it. So I'm doing Work Your Whips, and I've picked out like my Hades and like some of the bigger charts that I've got that I want to get stitches in that I've really neglected this year, and that's just because of all the stuff that's been happening in the background and that, and I'm just moving forward now. So I'm back into the challenge groups, and that's the group that I've chosen. And the other challenge is that if you're part of that group, you can't work on other whips in other groups, but you can double dip what you're doing. So all the whips that I declare in No New Starts are the whips that I'll be working across the board for all of the challenge groups, including the challenges that I've got going on in DDs. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to see how much that I can get done. So I use that one. At the moment I'm stitching my right, because there's also a travel around America through all the LNSs through No New Starts, and there's also one in Magical Stitches Mystery Year. So they've got two similar things happening. So basically, I will be stitching for No New Starts and Magical Stitches first and foremost, and then I'm in a couple of other ones. I'm in the Daily 30 as well, and I've already picked out what I'm going to use for my Daily 30 for that. So, and that's the same as some of the stuff that I've got going on in No New Starts. So hopefully that all makes sense. Like, it all makes sense to me because I've done it before, not the No New Starts, but I've done challenge groups before, so I sort of know what's going on and all the rest of it. So if I run through it really quickly and it sounds a little bit confusing and you've got some questions, by all means, leave me a comment down below or grab hold of me on Facebook in the group and just ask the questions there. As I said, we've got a couple of challenges going in the group. We've got a stitching one, a stitching and needlework one, so it's hours and stitches for those that do embroidery, because not everybody does cross stitch. We've got a to Z quilt block sew along, so you've got 26 blocks to make, so every 2 weeks you're making a block, and that's up to you to find them and all that sort of stuff, and it's just going to be a bit of a challenge to find a block starting with A through to Z. And then you'll have 26 blocks at the end, and I have a video that I put up, which I'll card up the top and link down below for all the information for the ones that I'm doing in the group. We've also got a couple of reading ones, so we've got a reading bingo challenge, and we've also got a stitching bingo challenge, and we've got a read the ABCs, so the books that you read from A to Z. So mark them down. That's not as easy as you think. I got all, so far this year, I've got all but 3. I think Z I didn't get, and I didn't get, no, I've got the X book, which I'm going to read. That's queued up next. So it must be only 2. It must be only, yeah, it must be only 2 that I'm missing. So I did pretty good this year finding books, and it was good because it pushed me out of the comfort zone and all the rest of it. So anyway, if you want to know anything about the challenges or anything like that, there's obviously the ones that I'm doing, and I've got a video for that. No New Starts, they have a YouTube channel. I believe it's called No New Starts. I'll have to double check that. I'll find that down below. Stitching and reading is Vicky. She is the admin for Magical Stitches, so I'll leave her down below as well. I may just like do the @ symbol and put them down. And the Daily 30 is by invite only, so they just done a round of invite, and I got an invitation, so I was accepted into the group. So as soon as if you know, like, if that's something that you're interested in, just find out who is in out of your friends that is in the Daily 30, and yeah, and have a chat to them and just say, next time there's an opening, can you add me in? All right, the other one that I worked on, and I use these for Stitch My Ride in No New Starts, because I've got to stitch a luxury RV, because that's what I'm going to travel around the States in, going to all the different places. Now, I have written down how many stitches and all the rest of it I did, but overall the projects, I only got in about 1,200 stitches for the week. A little shy of 1,200 stitches, just doing a quick calculation there. So I did 802, oh sorry, hang on, let me just get it here. 800, 1,100, 1,180, and then there was 169 on that, so over 1,200 stitches on that. So alright, so I've put some more stitches in this lovely one, Red Dragon. We can't talk about it because you know who's in the bedroom. So yeah, and she's got big ears. So that's it there, and that's what I've done. We're still working that same colour, and you know what? I've run out. I have run out of this colour, so I've had to steal it from another, which I haven't used it in that project. So I took it from another project, another Haid. So once I've taken it out of there, I put it at IOU, so when I get some more stock in, bloody run out. I didn't even think to order any before Christmas. So when I get some more stock in, I'll replace it from that, because the dye lot might be slightly different. So yeah, so anyway, that's all. I've just got some more here, which worked out to be, I think, 400 and something stitches in that. So there, so that's all right. I'm still plodding along. Haven't been working on it at all, but this is my Daily 30 for next year. And I'm going to be using it for magical stitches as well. I think I might use that one. I might use a different whip that I've got. So that's my two biggest ones at the moment. The other one was a new start last week, and it's called Merry and Bright. It's the Songbird series by Cottage Gardens. I'm using the called for colours in these, which are Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Art Sampler, and all that sort of stuff. Now, I don't know if I talked about it. This is what I've got done so far. So I've just got the M done and the E. And I'm actually doing these all on white. Like, this is very striking on white. Okay, I'm doing these on white. And anything that has white on it, I will just probably backstitch it. Just to make it pop a little bit. So I'm doing these all on white. And this piece of fabric's big enough to do 4 of them, because I'm actually going to cut them down and turn them into quilt blocks, and I'm going to make a quilt for my room with it. I just love it. The whole series is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, like this, and I started this one because it's Christmas, so it's just beautiful, and I think it's going to be absolutely fabulous once it's done up in a quilt. And I'm going to use like what do you call them, Civil War colours, like Civil War fabrics, or the 1930s reproduction ones. So got that one in, and I got a fair chunk of stuff in this, but I didn't, 330 stitches I got in that. So that was finishing off the M, putting the E, and colouring in. That's what I call it, colouring in. We have a restart. Now, we've talked about this before. I am doing the Farmhouse Christmas, Snow Village, Frosty Farm, which I've got to start before the end of the year, and I'm doing them all as one piece. So this one I had started, yes, this one I had started. I'm just doing a bit of a think if I actually had this started. Yes, I had actually started this, because originally I was going to do it as ornaments, and I got a block done, and that's in my finished box that you can see just behind me. So I'm restarting this, and I'm doing it on colourful fabric as well. Alright, so this is the one that I've started, and I'm doing it how they've got the layout. So they've got them going around the centerpiece. I've got to find a good picture of it, and when I do, I'll insert it up here, and you can see what it's going to look like when it's finished. But this is the one that I've started. Okay, and that one is Snowflakes for Sale, and I just got the border in, which was just over a couple of 100 stitches. Okay, so I've got some snowflakes in, and I've got that border in. Now, the original piece was done on a light blue fabric, so you can see there it's like a light blue grey sort of it was like the one that they sent in the kit was very blue. I've ended up picking something out of mine, and this is so much brighter on camera than what it actually is. It's a little bit more subtle. That's about there is what it is. So this is called Lagoon. This is actually out of my hand dyed fabrics that I do for sale, so you can find them over on my website. And I've got about, I think about 15 or 20 bags that are going to be listed up next week. They are Christmas ones. And a couple of Halloween ones, and everything will get listed up over there, because they've sort of gone, like, no one's bought them out of the group, so they'll go over to the rest of the people now. But that's going to look super cute. I am so happy with it, and I'm going to love it once it's done as a cushion. It's going to look awesome and a lot more easier to store. So that one was a restart. It's on 16 count, and the colour is Lagoon. Okay, and it's quite, I'll just open it up. You can see it's quite mottled. So pretty. I love it. So yeah, it looks like I've gone over to the dark side. I'm stitching on coloured fabric. I'm still very, very subtle with my colours though. Like, I don't go too far out of my comfort zone. But I am enjoying stitching on it. It's actually really nice to stitch on, and I'm doing it on 16 count because I just wanted to make it easier for myself. So the next one is actually a new start. This is by Dureen Jones. It is called Green Man. I have been watching Leanne from Morgana Stitchy Moon 75 stitching this for the last couple of months, and I decided, yes, I am going to start it, and this will lead into my haul next, because I found something that I want to do now. I'm going to do it a little bit different, but anyway. I am really, really happy with my start. Gail had a ton of threads and stuff that her mum had, and she had lots and lots of green, so she actually sent me some of the floss for it, and I got to start. And this is just on a sample piece that I done. Well, it was a dye, but when I first started doing it, and you can see it's got like speckles through it. So I'm just stitching on that. It is sand is the color that I was going for, and that is the start that I got. So that's in the center here. So I'm just working around his eyes now. Just this part right there is where I'm stitching. So I got a couple 100 stitches into that. 50 stitches in that one. But look what I found. I was in a D-Stash group the other morning, and there was a magazine in there for Joan Elliott from 2011, and it had this beautiful goddess on the front. So she is the green goddess. So what I'm thinking of doing, I know that they're very different, but what I'm thinking of doing is doing this one, but see that border? I'm thinking of adding it to this one, so then I've got the two pieces. But she is absolutely gorgeous, and now I'm not starting her until I'm finished him. So she will sit there. She'll be probably done with the Year of Fancy Ladies that I want to do in 2023. Yes, I do think that far ahead. But this is just absolute, like, she is just divine. She is absolutely divine. I love her. And she's got so many other ones as well. She's got a spring, a summer, an autumn, which I'm obviously going to get because I love all things autumn. And there's a rose one, and there's a winter one as well. I don't think it's called winter though. I think it's called snow goddess or something like that. I'm not too sure, but she's got quite a few of them, and I am very, very excited to get them. So, and I got this from JK here in Australia. Like, I didn't think I'd be able to find it here in Australia. I found it on 123 Stitch and some other Etsy stores and stuff like that, and then I thought, I wonder, so I went to JK's and she had it, so I got it. I'm like, sweet, I'll take that, thank you very much. And I only got it in a couple of days, so yeah, I was pretty happy with that. But I think that this one will look absolutely amazing, just finished off with that border. Like, it'll just tie them together. And it's just it's cross stitch with a little bit of black work in it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's the border just there. And I figured if I work it right, this one is slightly smaller, but if I work it right, I should be able to get that around there. I think it'll look really good. All right. That is all I've worked on. That is my haul. That's it. That's it for me. So it is now time to get stuck into my Christmas and New Year stitching, because I am done. I am done with Advent. I'm done with everything. I've got a few videos to film and all the rest of it, but I'll do that in the morning. But I am about to spend the next... what have I got? I've got 14 days off. I'm going to spend the next 14 days reading, listening to audiobooks and stitching and looking after my family and just taking some time. I do have to go to the pictures with my husband to go and see The Matrix Reloaded. So they are some of the Christmas plans that we've got. The girls will be working and they'll be taking care of themselves, and we're going to have some time for ourselves. So it is good times all round. But I just want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Have a fabulous new year if I don't see you before then, but I'm planning on doing some videos, so you'll see me before the new year. So yeah, and I'd just like to also say thank you so much for all of your generosity throughout the year, your encouragement, your support, and just showing up each week and watching the channel has made a huge difference to the channel as well. Like, I'm putting more and more content out and all the rest of it, and I love all the words of encouragement and all the comments down below. So have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope the big guy in red is good to you. You get to spend lots of time with your family, and I will see you all again next time. And that's it. Bye for now.